51. The show is proudly brought to you by a carrier at 647 Cool IT&E Cowboy Enterprises. Let's jump into the K-Wave News Zoom room where we have just about every single pack that's out. Well, we're waiting on the Progressive Democrats, but we're going to start here with the Guam Association of Realtors. Bree, and they had come out with a survey of candidates and a list. I believe they came out with some endorsements. I think we have John from the GAR, John Duenas, and we'll bring him up. Let's get up John first here from the Guam Association of Realtors. Good morning, John.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, John.
Thanks for joining us. And let's just get right into it. I guess first question I had would be realtors. Realtors are coming out with endorsements and questionnaires for candidates. What kind of prompted this, John? Is this something that you do every year, or was it something that, hey, it's COVID, let's get out here more?
We don't do it every year. We do it every election year.
Nice.
Which is in every year.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We look at the candidates. We screen the candidates, and we have a committee that makes recommendations to the RPAC trustees, and then they come out with the candidates that GAR supports.
And maybe before we get into who you guys are supporting and maybe some of the questions you would ask, but what are the needs of the Guam Association of Realtors? What do you guys need from candidates and politicians in office?
As you know, realtors are I would say, private sector businesses. Every agent is an independent agent, but we all coalesce around the organization, the Guam Association of Realtors. So if you're a realtor, you're a member of this organization. And we do have interests. Obviously, the real estate industry is an industry. And we, as members of GAR, are really interested in advancing the interests of the real estate industry. And that's why we screen candidates. A lot of our work interacts with or is dependent on the government. Right. So one equal branch of government being the legislature, we look at the candidates and we want to support those that would advance our interests.
John, did the RPAC just send out a survey, or did you guys actually have a forum in which you could hear from the candidates?
We did send out a list of questions for them to answer. We have a screening committee, the legislative committee, and the GAR leadership, or to be perfectly accurate, we have a GAR office that sends out this questionnaire to the candidates, and the questionnaires were sent out, and that was followed up by interviews, a Zoom meeting interview of the candidates that responded to the questionnaire. We only had a handful that either couldn't participate in the interviews or just declined. I see Claire. She can give you a little bit more information about our RPAC trustee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I apologize. I had some login problems earlier, but good morning. Good morning, everyone. As you can see, I'm Claire Delgado from the Guam Association of Realtors. I'm not sure how much John has mentioned, but yeah, the RPAC that we are, the Realtors Political Action Committee is a bipartisan political action committee that does support candidates that also support issues that are important to our real estate industry. So as John might have said or have said that, we did send out a questionnaire, and based on the answers that were given to us, that's how we made our determination as to which candidates we support.
So, John had said that you guys are supporting candidates who will advance the interests of the realtors and the real estate industry. How would you say those interests differ from the interests of, let's say, regular voters like me or Sabrina or, the average Joe or Josefa Cruz out there?
Well,
go ahead, Claire. No, go ahead, Claire.
okay. Well, the questions that we asked, were pretty specific with regards to what we feel are important to our industry. So it's our hope actually that those questions that we have asked are also important to the other residents of the island who are also our clients and our customers and just the regular, the community of the island, the community of Guam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed you guys have endorsed 16 candidates here. Are any of these for the incumbents, for example? Did you endorse them 2 years ago? The same ones, or any of these new?
Let me answer. Not all of them were endorsed.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them were.
Did anybody lose your endorsement?
Yeah.
I think so. Claire?
Yeah. And many of it, again, they're based on the questions that we have given to them. Some, we look at the voting record, we look at the performance, we looked at, again, overall, how our lawmakers and the candidate, well, actually the lawmakers who have supported us and supported real estate and the issues important to us and to our clients and to the public.
So what I advised in all the interviews, because I was I was present for all the interviews of the candidates. What I advised was that GAR keeps score. And what we do is we look at how they voted, as Claire mentioned, how they voted on issues, but we look a little bit before that. We look at what they said when they were running the previous election, and we compare what they said with what they did. Mm-hmm. And of course, we look at how they voted on real estate related issues, and also how they conducted themselves during the interview.
All right, let's go ahead and fold in because there's here a pack, there a pack, everywhere a pack. We got a lot of packs this year. We're gonna bring in Christine Boleto. Pack. I think they win the best pack name. Just Action Pack. It's a pun. Action Pack. You get it? I got it. And good morning, Christine. And then we're gonna bring in from the Progressive Democrats pack. We've got Julian Jansen. Good morning, Julian. And let's just kind of start. We'll start it with you, Christine, and the work that you guys did to find out more about where these candidates stand on issues that are dear to your respective organizations. Christine, was it a learning experience, or did you kind of already know where the lay of the land was for a lot of these candidates politically?
I'm sorry, Chris. I'm having a hard time hearing you. What was the question?
Too bad, because it was like the best question ever. No.
You're starting to get louder. I think Jason's controlling the volume or something, so it's kind of like,
Right.
I need a little bit louder.
So I'm saying, when you guys went out and you started, and this question is going to go to all you guys. We'll just take turns answering. When you went out and started interviewing the candidates and doing this process of finding out where they stand, was it a learning process for you guys, or did you kind of go into it already knowing where people stand on these issues? Christine, we'll start with you.
No, I think it was a learning process. We weren't, Action Pack just started this year, whereas our friends at the Guam Association of Realtors have had their pack from some time. Claire is part of our partner organizations, and we certainly took some advice and direction from them as well as the rest of our members. But we're fairly new. This was a very new process, and we didn't have a whole lot of incumbents responding, and so it was more getting the views and standpoints from a lot of the new candidates running for the seat.
Julian,
Yes.
same question.
Oh, I wasn't really expecting to go back and forth, but now we're actually not a pack. We're just a group of individuals, and we're working together. We're not taking any corporate money, and I personally don't believe that we should allow corporate money to influence politics in Guam. So I would have preferred if we would have added that to one of our questions, but we didn't. But we're just putting out the areas of deepest concern that we have at this time. A lot of them are focused on the needs of working people, having unemployment insurance when the pandemic unemployment assistance program runs out, having or maintaining government jobs that otherwise could be cut because that's under discussion for some insane reason. Advocating for fair compensation for the essential workers who have been consistently out there, and ensuring that that companies that are employing people provide their workers with personal protective equipment. And then, of course, we had a longer term issue as well, which is healthcare for all. We just believe that over time we should be working toward a system where everyone gets healthcare coverage, preferably, I mean, in my opinion, preferably not linked to the employer. And then enhancing environmental enforcement, which is unlike quite a lot of groups, although there are some environmental groups out there that have been putting forward environmental issues. We thought it's important to get people to state their position on that as well.
So, and that being said, those being your issues, when you started getting responses from candidates, was it a learning experience for you, or did you kind of know where these people stood already?
I actually was surprised in a positive sort of way about the responsiveness among the candidates that answered toward unemployment insurance. There were even 2 Republicans who gave some support to it. Ken Leon Guerrero was more favorable than Mary Torres, which is a little more like, let's look and see. But I was expecting it to be much more of an anti-unemployment insurance because it's been killed so many times before by the Guam Chamber of Commerce, from my understanding.
Let's move over to
how many people responded, Julian, to your survey? How many candidates?
Well, we were able to make contact with everybody except for Don Edquilane, which we were using the standard communication that was provided in the Guam Election Commission's website. So we contacted everybody. We got eventually we got 4 responses from the Republicans, although one of them came in like a month or like a week after our deadline, and we had already finished the report. So we couldn't really accommodate that. But otherwise, most of the Democrats replied except for Dave Duenas and Bunker Menno.
Let's go over to the GAR now. Same question, John, Claire. Were you surprised by the responses? Did you guys learn anything from the answers you got?
Let me go first. Yes, there were some surprises. Obviously, the incumbents had more than telegraphed their positions by the actions they've taken over the past couple of years. So we kind of expected some of the answers that we actually got. But the new candidates did surprise me in their answers, and there were some that were very thoughtful. I am quite honest with you, some of the candidates' answers I thought were written by someone else, maybe a
No way.
staffer.
Come on, get out.
So And the reason I suspect that is because when we interviewed them,
They sound dumb in person.
there were some apples and oranges together. So Claire?
Yeah, it was a little of both. Like I said, we have John as the chair of our legislative committee, so we do look at how, certain performances and actions throughout throughout their term. And, some of the answers that came out during the candidate forum, like John said, some were a little different, some were surprised us. So it was a little of both.
Yeah, I was, just to add, there were two candidates on the Republican side that were newbies. I believe it was Dominic Hernandez, and Vince Borja. Those were the two candidates that really offered very thoughtful responses, and I was somewhat impressed by their responses.
Bree?
Go ahead.
Oh, thanks. Well, I guess we kind of close it up here. What how are you guys going to finish off? I mean, we've got just under 2 weeks until election day. Maybe if you guys could tell us a little bit about what you guys' plans are sprinting to the finish line. Maybe is there any extra messaging that's going to come out between now and election day? And we'll go ahead and start with you, Christine.
Well, I think not just the political action groups, but most groups out there. I know during my time at Sanctuary, we used to always look at the listing from the Social Work Association to determine which candidates we support. So I think, there's a lot of groups out there that have done the same thing, polled candidates and, got their position on issues that are important to them. And then they send the word out either through their membership or, throughout the community. When you asked, what does that mean to you as the voter? Certainly issues that are important to you or relative to what's going on in your life is going to drive your decision as to which candidate you're going to support in this election. So our strategy at Action PAC is to, just get the word out, to continue to educate the community as to what our platform is, how we feel we're supporting workers and businesses and so forth, and, hope that people will vote and align with us.
Julian?
Oh, well, we're still looking at exactly what we'll be doing from this point forward. Obviously, we'll be trying to raise awareness of how senatorial candidates have responded to our survey. And, so there's quite a bit to be done there. But other than that, we were thinking about doing an issues guide, and we probably still will, but it's not going to have much of a chance to affect things probably at this point, because we want to give further understanding for the community about the issues that we raise.
Right. I think in this election, the dynamic's definitely different because it's like every day is election day leading up to actual election day, because people are going to vote and they're doing it with a sense of urgency that they just want to get it over with. So, I mean, I talked to people who went and voted, and then we did a candidate forum. And they're like, damn, I voted already. You know what I mean? So I feel like the urgency and the timeline, it's kind of every day. Every day seems very important in terms of getting messages out to the voters. Let's go to the Association of Realtors. How do you guys plan to finish on the way to Election Day?
Claire? Let me just say a couple of things before I turn it over to Claire. The Guam Association of Realtors is 500 strong, and that's just the members. I mean, you can maybe include their families. So we think it's important that they know who we are supporting as GAR, and who are friendly to the real estate industry, and who takes positions that GAR has taken. Claire?
Yeah, well said, John. And really, most importantly, is just to get out and vote. It's especially when there are issues that are important to all of us. I mean, all of us are coming together to say these are things that we'd like to see changed, or things that are important to our island. So vote.
Okay, I'm just wanting some clarification with the surveys that were conducted. Are you primarily asking with your endorsements, your membership to vote for these candidates, or are you asking the entire community of Guam? Because there may be people out there who see these, hear about your surveys and say like, hey, look, I can't afford to pay rent. I don't have a job. What are you going to do for me? And why should I support the candidates that you're supporting, because your interests might be different from mine?
Yeah.
Well, I think GAR is primarily distributing the the word to the membership, and of course the membership, they have families, and it goes out into the community. But personally, I personally am involved with 3 separate private businesses. I'm the Duenas and the Duenas Camacho and Associates engineering firm. We have 56 employees here at DCA. I'm also affiliated with Mescla Enterprises. My son Peter is Chef Peter.
Oh.
And I'm also the principal broker for Remax Diamond Realty. So the reach that I think I personally have is quite extensive.
Okay.
Well, and also to add to that, a lot of times the issues that are important to us are important to our clients and to the public. We get feedback from many folks. So, for this reason, and this is one of the reasons why we ask our candidates and our lawmakers to support issues that are important, again, not only just for our association, but really for the industry and the clients that the clients and the public at large.
Right on, guys. We're gonna get you on. Maybe get you on one last sit together, because you played so nice this morning with each other. We'll do that before Election Day. So as you guys figure out what your last push is gonna be, we'll bring you on a little bit closer, if that's cool to everybody. Cool.
Fair enough.
Right
All
on.
right.
Sounds good.
Right on.
Stay safe.
Good.
Guys,
Thank you.
what do we have this morning, Bree?
We have virtual
Virtual
corned
frittata.
beef fried rice.
Oh wow, dude! Virtual corned beef fried rice. I know what you guys are thinking.
Yeah.
COVID, social distancing. We've individually packed you guys each a couple servings of corned beef fried rice to take on your way out. Okay, it's virtual. It's no calories, organic, free range. It's vegan corned beef. Okay, for you, Julian.
Right.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, take it easy. We'll see you.
Bye.
We'll see you closer to the
Thank you.
election.
Have a
Okay.
good day.
Okay, Esther.
Thanks for your time.
Right.
Thank you.
Right
Thank
on.
you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Right. 7:14, guys. Take a little break. That was fun.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back with more of the link. We got Sergeant Paul Tapawa coming back on the show here, and also, like I said, we're gonna get a husband and wife here. As the husband, it's looking like he's fighting his second COVID infection.